I think we start. It's all recorded, right? So people can look at this later on if they missed the introduction. Welcome everybody. My name is Torbjörn Appel, and I'm the Vice President for Common Europe. And this is another webinar from our Common Europe webinars initiative. Together with me, I have Suhair, and we will make a little bit more introduction about us in a minute. I just want to go through Common Europe and what we are and so on, and also some practical things around this webinar. Let's see, there I am. Common Europe is an umbrella organization with 18 user groups, 18 plus one. I think we got at least one interest this previous weekend. So we're growing organization of user groups with focus on IBM Power, IBM I, AIX, and Linux. You can see the list on this picture with the different countries that we are active in. And again, Common Europe acts as an umbrella organization. So we have this board of directors, which is one representative per country, and there is an executive committee where President Juan Manuel Alcudia is the president. I'm the vice president, and we have a treasurer and 2 other directors as well. Please join our website whenever you have possibility. So what do? Well, besides the webinars, we are arranging a congress, and we have a group of experts in what we call the Advisory Council, or CEAC, Common Europe Advisory Council, that works closely with IBM and talk about the future around IBM I. They meet monthly and help IBM in the decision where to go with the development of IBM I. And also we have Next Gen, and so here is representing this initiative around the younger generation. And this has been around for a couple of years, but now we take some new, put some new energy into this, thanks to Suhair, among others. And this webinar is one of them, the results of that. Before we start, so we are monitoring this, so if you have any questions or you want to chat, please use the tools in the GoToWebinar. And also, if you want to add some links that you find missing in what we're presenting, please submit this in the chat window, for example. And this will be recorded, so everybody will get a link where you can go through it. And also, we will figure out how to get the presentation out as well, because there is plenty of information in here. That's about me. So Suhair, I will make you presenter.
Yes.
Let me see. Change presenter. Suhair. Okay. And hopefully we will look at your screen. Looks good. So Suhair, please make an introduction of yourself to start with.
Yes, thank you very much, Torbjörn. I present myself. I'm Suhair. I work as an IBM sysadmin and automation specialist for Ansible at Kyndryl, and I started IBM since 3 years ago. And I am happy to be part of the Common Europe and also to represent the next generation, what we call Next Gen, Common Europe. Our main goal is to provide resources for learning and also help younger generation who just started working into IBM I. I know that it's quite difficult in the beginning when you just start working on IBM I as a developer or sysadmin, that you might find it difficult to find resources where to learn and where to practice. So the main goal of this presentation is to guide you through all the resources that you can use. The agenda of today, we will talk about the resources that were provided by IBM. So those are the main places where you want to go and learn about IBM I. Then I will have a part about hardware, ebooks, blogs. I will also show you some technical videos and YouTube channels where you can learn IBM I and also the hardware. few podcasts, newsletters, forums, events, and at the end, I will give you some tips and advices that helped me to learn more and always stay curious about the IBM platform. Okay, first thing first, IBM resources. The Bible of IBM would be the documentation, also the read books. So the read books are books that's written by specialists on the IBM Power, where you will find very, very deep knowledge about some topics. And I will show you an example and why you will be interested in using them. So you will, whenever there is a new version of the operating system or a new version of a hardware, you will always find some specialist who wrote a book that is going so profound into the technical details. And it will be very interesting for you if someday your manager will tell you, oh, you will be responsible for this product, and you want to get a lot of experience and get specialized in. This is the way to really go deeper into topics, the IBM Read books. Something else that we always use is the IBM documentation that was called before for some it will be known as Knowledge Center. This is the place where you want to go if you want to find documentation. I know that many of us nowadays are using Google, ChatGPT, or some AI to find solutions, but sometimes it's easily, believe me, it's easily to find what you're looking for if you went to the IBM documentation, because you will have here a lot of topics, and you will just go to networking if you're looking to do something about it, or performance computing, or stuff like that. And also there is a page for the hardware if you're also interested in the hardware documentation. Other thing that I discovered 1 year ago, so lately, is that we can have the IBM documentation offline. Why it's very useful is it's because maybe you will be working in a data center that you need to be offline, and you need not to have any networking there. So this is very useful if you want to download the IBM documentation on your computer. You can see there are many versions, Mac OS, Windows, Linux, and you will have the documentation as you are surfing on the documentation on the internet. Other thing is that we know that IBM is now open to the open source world. We have nowadays a lot of open source solutions, Python, Ruby, PHP, and so on. There is the documentation of open source on IBM, where you will find for each solution the equivalent documentation of it. So I recommend you to go to this website. It's the official one of IBM to go into specific documentations for open source. Other thing is that thanks to Liam, Alan, and others, we have now an open source solutions chat that is hosted in Zulip. And if you have any question about how to manage something on your PACE environment on IBM, you just have to go here. It's open for everyone. Just create an account, and you create a channel where you can ask questions and interact with others on this. Something related to SQL. So you know that Tim Rowe and Scott Forsty, they have weekly videos that they are posting the latest functions on the SQL and the web services. You can go check their SQL on IBM series, where they are providing a lot of examples with demos. Other thing that I discovered that in the UK, they have what we call IBM Technology UK Branch and Learn. So they have weekly webinars about the IBM Power technologies, and it's very, very variant, going from the hardware to the cloud to the cybersecurity and go on. Something else also related is the Power VUG, which is also webinars about the IBM Power, and they are always bringing many specialists to talk on some topic, some specific topic on the IBM Power. The IBM guided tours is a very interesting webinar series if you want to really stay updated with what is now happening, also what is coming, because here you will always find Steve Weil and other chief architects talking about the products and talking about the future. So here you can see there will be a webinar on 5th November, the one before the last, that they will talk about IBM strategy and the roadmap update for the future. So you will be also updated about what's going on now and what will come next. So you will be always have a step ahead and be always prepared on what's coming next. And also there you will find also demos and presentations about the very new products, like as example Project Bob on November 19th. Another source that I found very interesting to have some discussion about two people who are very specialist in their domain is the IBM Media Center, where there is people from IBM working on the support of IBM talking in depth about some comments or some functionality on the IBM iOS. IBM also has a podcast called You, Me, and IBMI, and this is very funny because it's not only technical stories, but also it's story like behind-scene stories. So, as example, they will talk about maybe if they name the command differently of what it should be normally. Like they will talk about why they named something that, and also they will talk about some stories that they had as technicians in some data center, and you will learn a lot from this. From also IBM, I also recommend you, if you want to have something like a forum, to go to the IBM Tech Exchange community. Here you can ask questions, you can interact with specialists, you can also answer people who have some issues. So this is the place if you want to go deeper into finding solutions or into helping others. Something also very important when you will be working on some products is to suggest ideas. So IBM has what we call IBM Power Ideas Portal. Previously, it was called RFE, Request for Enhancement, for other people. This one, you can suggest an idea, and you can suggest some new functionality to put into the IBMI, and you have on the left side many products, and you can just suggest your idea, and people will vote it, and then it will go. It will go for IBM architects will invest into if we can put the idea in place or no, and it's from here we can build the new versions of IBMI and leave it also. IBMI will stay with us for many years if we're also making it more modernized and creating new ideas for it. Okay, so many people will ask how to practice IBMI skills. If, as example, I'm just curious and I want to learn, or if I'm already into the business and I want to have some IBMI partition. The solution is PUB 400, thanks to Holger. There is a public IBMI partition. It's now running on 7.5, and you just have to go to PUB 400 website, and you can create an account. So here you can see that this is the IBMI 5250 session from PUB 400, and on the website we'll also find a forum, and people are interacting there, and you can ask questions, and you can also request for demos. Okay, after practicing, probably you will need to show to your manager that, oh, I have a certification, you can put me in more projects, I have budgets. The solution is to go to IBM website, and there is like you can do certification there, that you will get a badge on Credly after that. It's very important to show that after that. Recently IBM added 3 new courses. So here you can see the Getting Started with IBMI and also Getting Started with IBMI Development. So those courses, when you will finish them, you will get a badge on Credly, which is very interesting for you to also for your CV and also to talk with your manager. Also, there is another platform, is Interskill Learning. Also, you can do badges there for specific solutions on IBMI and specific products. So you can, if you want to have a badge on MQ, if you want to have a badge for development, you can do that. Okay, Part 2, hardware. So why did I added hardware is that I discovered that for nerdy people on IBM they want to know the hardware and they want to touch the hardware, but it's quite difficult if you don't have access to some data center or your company in another country, you work in another country. But the solution is to go to YouTube, and there are some few channels that I added here where people are buying old IBM Power servers or even newer one, and they are doing unboxing and they are configuring them from scratch. It's very interesting for people who are interested in hardware. First one I added is Top 10 USA. It's a web channel where they are really working on the biggest hardware machines. So they will be working on the, as example, the tape library. They will be working on some backup hardware, big machines. So this is the web channel if you want to see how it's working, and they have few videos, short videos on how to place some things on the hardware, or also how to update the hardware. The second one is Club Retro. This person is buying old IBM system and IBM hardware, and he's restoring them. So he will have an IBM system that is not running, and he will have to find the source of the problem. Now have to open it and change the hard disk. It's very interesting. Another one is Mainframes and More with Matthew. This person has series of really going from scratch, buying the machine, putting the operating system on the machine, adding partitions, and go on. So this is very interesting. And another one is Routon IT. I think many people know. From this web channel, you will find a lot of videos of unboxing of really the latest power. You will have unboxing of Power 9, you will have unboxing of Power 10 and many. Ebooks, part 3, ebooks. Ebook can be very interesting if you have a person that comes to your company, apprentice or trainee or person who didn't work with IBM before. Ebooks can be a really good start because it's going step by step. So I found 2 ebooks that are interesting. One is created by programs.io, and this ebook is going step by step from architecture, the tools, CA programming, and go on. So this is a very nice place to start in the ebooks. Second ebook is a book that is specific for developers, where you will find a lot of things about RPG programming, how to work with DB2 files, and database files. The part 4 is for blogs. We all know that there are many people on LinkedIn creating content. There are so many. I wanted to add them, all of them, but it's very difficult. So I chose some of that I found that can be useful for beginners and useful for people who want to have more expertise. First one is IBM Basics. This website, you will find a lot of small, short articles on some comments on IBM. So as example, here you find just one article about create user profile. So this is very useful for people who just started, but also for people who have some experiences. The second one I added is BlockFact for Android. Why I added? Because they have different domains. So you will find programming, you will find stuff about sysadmin, you will find stuff about security. That's why I added BlockFact Android. It's very interesting. Take a look. RPG PGM also is very good for people who are interested to learn about the SQL services. Whenever there is an SQL services, Simon from RPG PGM is trying it, and also he's creating some interesting programs where you have RPG and SQL working together. It's very interesting. You can have a look on that. And I know that we talk a lot about programming and programmers. This one is very interesting for people who are sysadmins, so system administrators. So if you want to get deeper expertise in Berames, the solution for backups on IBM, and our Power HA, the solution for high availability on IBM, Fortra has, it's like their Wikipedia, where you will find a lot of resources on learning BRMS or PowerHA. So here I put an example. If you want to learn about BRMS, you start here. If you want to learn about how to put backups, you go here and go on. So it's going very deep into just 2 solutions. Okay, I shared many blogs, but I also have an experience with creating blogs, because from seeing all these people created content, you also might find motivation. So why I also shared blogs with you, because you can learn, and also it will help you if you want to create content to share with others, and it will first motivate you. It will also give you inspiration from these people who are experts, and also it will help you to also do some technical sessions in the future. If you want to do a technical session in the Common Europe Congress, you will have an experience with creating content. It will be easier for you to do a presentation later. So me, I started with creating IBMI technical courses. I did, as you can see here, I did a course about introduction to IBMI. So if someone don't know about IBMI, wants to learn about the hardware and wants to really start from scratch, I did a course, very long course on IBMI. And then I did some other technical courses. And from time to time, I do articles and tutorials, which is, I really recommend if you want to learn more about IBMI, to create content, because like that you will help yourself and also you help others, because you will be able to really go into expertise in some topics on IBMI. Technical videos. So there are many YouTube channels that you can use to learn IBMI. I will start with the Common North America Library. If you created an account, there are plenty of webinars that you can go there and get access for free. It's in English, and recently they are starting. We are starting like working with Common North America and Common Europe to have content there with different languages. So now you will go and find content in French, and you will find also content in Spanish as well. So for people who want to also give to share with people from your country, you can go there if you want.
Sorry to interrupt. This session will also be published there, so you can find the recordings of this. Yes. Yes,
thank you, Torben. Another interesting playlist I found is IBM Steve Will Talks IBMI at Fortra, the channel of Fortra. You will find there is many videos that were recorded with Steve Will, and he talks about different topics on IBMI, and he's going also in depth in some topics. He's also doing introductions in some others. So it's very interesting if you want to understand all the ecosystem of IBMI and how it works. There's also another playlist for system management. So it's for system administrators, and it's going into a lot of topics for sysadmins. There's also the channel of programs.io, and they have there a lot of educational videos, especially for programming, RPG. They even have COBOL. They have topics about modernization, and they're also going in depth into RPG. So here you have like just 53 videos just for RPG. So this is a very, and also it's for free. So yeah, take the chance and go learn about RPG if you're interested. Another channel I added, also very interesting, is AS400 and SQL Tricks. It's very short videos talking about functionalities on IBMI and going in depth into just one command. The person is going into depth into just one command. I know that many people are interested in open source, and we have also people who were coming from Linux. So me, as example, at university, it's natural. In universities, we're studying a lot of Linux. So when I came and I saw that into IBMI, we can have a PACE and we can have a Unix-like shell, I was so surprised. I was so happy because I have experience with shell scripting. And when I learned that it's possible, I thought to myself, yes, IBMI is very open to other technologies. It's also like if you came from a Linux background, you could work on IBM i for easily. So this playlist from myself is about bash shell scripting. So if you want to create a script on your IBM i, that, as example, you have a Linux and IBM i, and you want to have the same scripts running on Linux to run on IBM i, you can do that with bash shell scripting. And also, it has an open source playlist. So you will find something about, you will find the video about NMP, the package manager. You will find another one about ODBC, how to use Git on GitHub, and stuff like that. It's very interesting if you are interested into the open source. The last channel will be about Christian Larsen. He has a lot of videos. He's put in a lot of videos. You can see here, it's not outdated. They're very new. So Christian is always putting some functionalities on RPG and explain them on programs he's creating. So it's very interesting. And also it's he's doing RPG free. So if you're interested, go check Christian Larsen YouTube channel. Last but not least, the IBM i reference page. Michael Meyer is doing a very good job putting a lot of content and sharing a lot of resources on a blog he has, and it's always updated. You can check it if you are interested in some domain. So everything I showed today, probably and definitely will find it here. So have a look if you want to have more resources. Podcasts. So me personally, I listen a lot to podcasts, and if they were technical, that's also good. I found the YouTube page, called IBM BI Weekly. It wasn't updated since some time, but it has a lot of interesting videos. There is always some. It's not just one person talking, but it's like an interview. The host is interviewing, as example, some people from IBM, like Steve will hear, Jesse Gorsinski for the open source. So this is very interesting if you want to listen to a podcast. Another one is the Incredible I Show. This is more general because they're hosting a lot of people from different works. So some people will be working on cloud, some others will be working on programming, some others sysadmin. So the Incredible I Show is still very updated. So this one is where you will find more podcasts. Newsletters. It's very important to be and keep yourself updated. So I'm using now mainly many newsletters. But here I put one of my favorites, Tech Channel. They're always putting the latest technology news about IBM i. And if you want to find stuff about IBM i, you just have to choose the technology here, IBM Power, and you will have you will read a lot of articles. Another one is Pocket Socket from Mike Davison. This newsletter is very nice. It's weekly. Why it's very nice? Because it's not talking just about IBM i, but all the IBM Power in general. You will find IBM i, AIX, VIOS, HMC, and everything that is related to the hardware. So this is the newsletter to see, and it's weekly. Another one is Proximity IBM i Update from Andrew Nicholson. This one is also has a different way, because the Andrew is doing a YouTube video where he's talking about the latest news about IBM i. Forums. When you're working on IBM i, you want definitely, or any other technology, you want to interact with others, and sometimes you find you have a problem and you want to ask experts. Sometimes you don't know who to ask, and the best way is to go to a forum dedicated to the technology you're working. And for IBM i, there is Code 400, where you can ask your questions, and here you can see how many threads. There are so many. and you can go and choose the topic, the technology you want to, and you ask a question there, and you can interact with people. Another one is also Reddit. I don't know if some people know that there is IBM Reddit page. I am there, and there are 2,700 members. And many times I asked questions there, and people were answering me. It's a very good community. Okay. I would like also to talk about events. It's very important if you want to know more about our domain, to meet your peers. So to meet the people who were working IBM for many years, or also meet people who just started. It's good to refresh ideas in your brain, to learn from others and share experiences. So events for me is the best way if you want to go learn from others, and also to put yourself into little challenges. So for example, in the beginning, you can go as a spectator, then you can go and say to yourself, okay, why not? I can also be a presenter. So it's a very good way to put yourself into the challenge. So I put the website of IBM first. If you go to the website of IBM and you go to the event, you can choose by country, and you can choose also the type. So if you want it to be a webinar, or you want it to be physical or on demand, and you can also choose the city if you want. And here there are so many that when I took this screenshot was in June. There are so many in many different cities. So you just put your country and you can see if IBM has some events. Another one is the European user groups. So as you know, for Common Europe, each country has its own user group, and each country is doing their events in the mother language of the country. So as example, if I'm speaking French, I just can go to our user group in France and go to the website and see if they have some events. And all these user groups, they have events online as webinars, and also they have main physical events. And each country will choose if they want to do it twice a year. Some countries are doing twice a year, some countries they do it many times. So this is the best place to go to. You just go to commer.org and you can check for your country, the user group of your country. Also, if you're based on the international other countries, you know that North America has a common. Also in South America, there are now that are emerging. Recently was Peru, Brazil, Argentina, and also you can see that Japan also has a common Japan. So we are growing up now. The common group is growing up, and recently we will have probably some other countries in Europe. Very interesting. We learned recently that some countries are also interested, so that's good. Also, as you know, the Common Europe Congress is the biggest IBM Power event in Europe. You can, for sure, and I recommend everyone to go to Common Europe Congress. It's one of my favorite events, probably one of everyone's favorite events. It's very good because there you will meet a lot of specialists, and also we have the opportunity every year to have the biggest, the architects of IBM, as Steve Will, Tim Rowe, Scott Forsty, all these people, you don't have the chance to meet them all the time. So if you have the opportunity to go to the Common Europe Congress, you will have the opportunity to ask them, to talk to them personally and ask them questions also about the projects they're creating. Also give them your feedback. That's also interesting for people who are creating content, and also people who are creating technologies, to give them feedback. So I really want to share that the next year's Common Europe Congress will be in Lyon from 14 to 17. We're working so hard to have a very good event, and you can save the date. If you are interested, you can contact us, the Common Europe email. We can provide you that, and you can contact us if you're interested in going there, or if you're interested in being a sponsor there. Or just want to ask some questions about this event. Okay, tips and advices. This is a bonus from me. So from everything I shared with you, I learned through my 3 years of work in IBM a lot of things that helped me to stay on the platform, always curious and be happy and stay nerdy as I am. The very first thing is to build a personal learning routine. By that, you can, as example, do like every week, 1 hour or 2 hours, you decide of the time that you will learn something new, or you will get more expertise in something. So, for example, if you saw that there is some presentation you found online about some topic that you are interested in, it's good to have like a slice of time in a week that you go into that and you learn something. So it's very important to keep learning, so you stay always curious and you always extend your knowledge. Another thing is, if you want to know more about some technology, it's good to start creating content. By that, documentation articles. You don't have to share it with everyone, like in public, but it's good to share it. You can start with sharing it with your colleagues at work. So if you are a group of sysadmins and you learn something, you can create a documentation so everyone can use that documentation. And also from there, you can start creating articles on the internet. You have LinkedIn, you can do posts. It's very interesting to share knowledge with others. So yeah, I say that share knowledge with others is very interesting if you want to go deeper in something. And stay curious. The curiosity will really help you. For me, it's my diesel. If you are curious, you will always want to learn, and you will never get bored of what you are doing at work. And last thing is, practice makes perfect. If you practice, you will become expert in what you're doing. So thank you very much. Feel free to ask questions or to put comments. I would be happy, Torbjorn and me, to answer if you're.
Yes, thank you so much, Suhair. I was actually thinking maybe I could contribute with something, but I don't have to. This was a very comprehensive presentation. Thank you so much for also the effort that you put into it. In the chat, I just make a link. A couple of years back, I wrote this article, how to convince your boss if you want to go to a conference. So that would be lovely to see some in the audience. I know I can see some will be there. Some leaders, some user groups and such, but we're always happy to have more people, of course. I mean, we don't need to continue any further if there are no questions or adding. Again, you can reach out and we would make this presentation available on the website, maybe. We didn't do that in the past, but we can put it there because there is so much. Also, just the links, right? We can add it to the Common Europe website or Common Europe, the next gen tab on the website. Let's just wait another second. No, there is no one. I cannot find any more questions. Thank you again, Suhair. And also, Lyon, nice city, right?
Yes, it's very nice city. People really enjoy it. People like food, people like nature, people likes to walk in the city. It's very nice place.
Good. Thank you so much, Suhair, and thank you everybody attending, and thank you everybody watching this recording afterwards. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.